After Adam and Eve were chased out of the Garden of Eden, guess what happened? All the animals lost their ability to speak. Yes. The beasts, the birds, the fish, and every creature, not only once understood, but also spoke the language of men. And due to Adam's error, this privilege was revoked. And the animals were also chased out of the garden, to go and live separately according to their kinds, and not together as they once did in the Garden of Eden. And Adam and his wife Eve returned to the land in which God had created them, the land of Elder. And they lived there. And they began to have children. The first child was a son, called Cain. The second was also a son, called Abel. And the third was a daughter, and her name was Awan. And as you already know, Cain killed his brother out of jealousy, and was cursed by God. And when Adam and Eve found out, they mourned for Abel. And after a while, they had a fourth child, and called his name Seth. And after Seth, Adam and his wife had another daughter, Azura. And in those days, Cain, the firstborn, took his sister Awan, and made her his wife. And she gave birth to a son, and Cain named him Enoch. And he built a city, and named it after his son. And Seth, Cain's younger brother, also took his sister Azura as his wife, and she gave birth to a son. And Adam and Eve had 9 more sons in those days. And the number of human beings on earth increased. And in the lineage of Seth, a male child was born. And he was named Jared, which means descent. For in his days, the angels descended from heaven, and came down to the earth, to guide and instruct humanity. And Jared also had a son. And he named him Enoch. And Enoch was the first man to learn how to read and to write. For he had been taught by the angels that came down in the days of his father. And they showed him the years, the months, and the weeks of the Jubilee since the earth was created. And they also showed him knowledge and wisdom, and everything that is in the heavens and on the earth, and he wrote them all down. And in a vision, he saw all the future generations of humanity, until the day of judgment. And after being with the angels for 300 years, he was taken from among men. And in the 930th year, Adam died. For he was left with 70 years to clock 1,000. And he was buried by his sons in the land where he had been created. And just as he was the first man to be taken out of the earth, he was also the first man to be buried in it. And the word of God was fulfilled. For Adam died on the same day that he ate from the forbidden tree. For 1 day is equal to 1,000 years. And he was returned to the dust, just as God had told him in the garden. For from dust you were made, and to dust shall you return.